Yo, what's up boys? Welcome back to the Behind the IGL series. Today we're going to be looking at FNCS warm-ups, semi-finals, which is the one that you have to get top 33 in to qualify to the finals. And we came 6th place, and basically I want to show how we make in-game consistently and have enough maps to play it out, and our plan that I consistently do every game. Mostly just the mid game. I'm not really going to show in game though, just focusing on how we play our mid game, because in last season, in the 3 weeks of qualifiers for FNCS, in the first one we came 16th, the next one we came 6th I think, and then the next one we came 4th. So we're really consistent at making finals and qualifying through that round, and I've done the same type of strategy and plan every event like that. So I want to show you guys how and what we do in the plan mid game basically, so enjoy. So I'm going to be looking over this game here, this second 7 kills, because personally I think it really shows how exactly we play. This is how I play, or how I want to play every game, and how I try to play every game, because some games you can't do the exact strategy. You have to be pretty flexible in case stuff goes wrong, in these games here. These games aren't exactly how I would normally want to play. This game here, we got scuffed and we just had to keep keying people to get loot, but it did work out in the end. But it wasn't how we usually play, and you can't really learn from it that too well. So I'm going to show this game here because it really shows how I normally play. So first I want to talk about our off spawn this game, and basically what happens for other games is we go caddy. First of all, going a POI is important because you want to land somewhere that you're going to fight, and if you win you have good loot and then you can continue on. Unlike if you land a split drop, people can take parts of it, you can win and then people can run away, and POIs will push you and it's all scuffed. So you want to get a POI and be good at it. So we've gone caddy for ages, but any POI can work honestly. And so here we notice there's 2 teams, and usually at caddy everyone aims for main, and then we decide, since there's 2 teams, we go, where am I? Here. I decide in comm that we all go backside to gas station, and then we third party the 2 teams that are fighting at main as quick as we can, because then we've got the advantage over loot and pressure, etc. And then I'll just fast forward it. We do end up just wiping them off like that. And then from now on, I'm thinking zones far, we can't do any keying or anything around us. All we need to do is get max middle and get all the loot around us, and then go zone. And why I say that is because you can get, in these dead lobbies, you can get brick and wood any time in the game, later, but metal, you're just not gonna get that later, especially in this map. There's no metal anywhere, so we know that there's a lot of metal at caddy, so we just get max all metal quick as we can, and then go. And usually our plan, we off spawn and mid game at caddy, we always want to have at least a team kill, 3 kills before we play in game. And so usually if we're conned off spawn, we're just gonna be fighting them, and depends on zone and our loot, we might key this cove area or camp cod maybe, just to get kills before in game. But here I notice, well, there aren't any people at the split drops around us, but I don't have that information because I was focused on the caddy team. But since I noticed zones far and we just fought off spawn and we need a loot, don't have time, I make a call that we're not going to fight anyone else. We just have to focus on loot instantly after this fight. Because usually if we kill the team quickly off spawn and we have good loot, I'm going to go key cove and maybe camp guard, just to pick up more kills before in game. But if you just have to know yourself and figure out if it's worth it or not to key more, depending on the zone. So yeah, so I know now at this point I'm asking my teammates a lot since I'm IGL, like how many mats they have and what mats they need. And because I want to make sure we're all capped materials, nothing needs to be farmed, we don't need any loot, so I can start thinking about positioning in the future. Because I want, my end goal is to be middle third zone, exact middle, so you're guaranteed edge on fourth, to be in that position with cap every material, so we can AFK there and just waste time, and then we're gonna have like the maximum materials in game, so we can survive the longest in game, like without needing a refresh, which is what you want. Because refreshes are like more, just puts more RNG and more like luck and more possibility people can kill you, because you just want to be tarping for like the first moving zones without having to fight anyone. So I definitely was asking, and then like you can see they all have cap mats, 150, 150, 150. So I'm definitely thinking about here. I know zone, like by the time you get to zone's gonna be like nearly third zone, right? So remember, I'll find the spot where we get into the edge of this zone, and then I just AFK in a box. Not there. Yeah, I remember getting to this position here. So I found this car, and well, like some people might just go in like more center here, but I know that third zone is next. That's where there's like a position there that we want, and that since there's a dead lobby, we can just like AFK in this box, use like 4 pieces of wood, and we just AFK here for the extra 37 seconds until third zone shows. And then as soon as it shows, I know I want to go as exactly center as I can, as much as I can, and hopefully find something like refarmable. Usually, like this isn't exact center, but usually I'm going exact center, which is about here. But I looked here and I'm like, if we go down here, it's like a possibility we can get server focus because we're in the open, and we're lower down, and these people are already taking the stuff that's refarmable, and they'll probably shoot us, so we'd have to use more mats. But if we stayed here, we could just build out a brick and refarm, and we haven't used any brick, and it would be the same materials staying here and then having to rotate over here if zone pulls like the worst situation than if we were to go here initially. That's pretty confusing, but hopefully it makes sense. So a base here, we just refarm, get as much mats as we can again. And you notice we basically all cap everything in middle third zone with good loot. That's like the best situation you can be in, and with a pad as well. Like that's exactly what I want every game. And then here, I know we don't need anything. We don't need surge. We don't like. Sometimes we might find a kill and I might open up if it's like almost guaranteed kill, but usually most of the time I just tell my team to just AFK. Yeah, I remember we pulled zone here and then we made this box, and you can see me just sit here and AFK, and I literally just take my hands off the keyboard and go on my phone or something. But it's always good to at least have one person like in the game in case people start triple spraying, and they'll like be aware. But you want to just AFK and take your hands off the keyboard, and maybe still have like the audio from the game going, so you're still aware in case you get shot, but just legit take your hands off your keyboard until zone pulls, because every open up and stuff gives you more opportunities to get hit for you to use more builds and everything. So if you just stay still and do nothing when you don't need anything, then you're gonna have more mats, more heal than game. And then as soon as half pulls, I'm trying to get there as quick as possible, unless it's like dangerous too. And since we got like a really close zone, it's gonna be really easy. Don't have to think about it much. Yeah, I know I have a pad, so I want to be high up, so the pad's just gonna be easy to do later on. Because if you like go down here, like it's really hard to pad from, because people are gonna build on top of you, and it's like really awkward to just like pad. But if you're here, I've cleared like everyone above me almost, so the pad's gonna be really easy to do. I'm not like usually just going here to just like have high ground and like shoot people and get kills, but I'm usually just here so we're safe and we can pad easily. And then we just AFK until next again and don't open up on anybody, because in half it's really easy to like just die out of nowhere, so you want to be as like silent as possible. And then zone pulls, like we get zone I'm still like, some people might just tarp here, but I'm thinking with the pad, it isn't just like to get places, it's to save mats, right? Like if you like, the best thing is to have a pad first moving, and you clear most of first moving with that pad, because first moving zone is like the most expensive zone, like in terms of materials. So you want to have a pad to clear that, and then you're gonna save like 800 mats at least. So I think we're gonna be I built a box here to pad from. Like, yeah, we even went a box up because I knew if I build a box up here, like, it's so unlikely that people are gonna build above it, because like I'm always looking and making sure nothing's above the pad spot, and making sure that in the future people won't build above us. And I made a full middle box, right, which is really good for padding from, because you literally just can't see through the middle. So like, if height, like, they might know we're gonna pad from there, but most of the time people aren't gonna like come up to, like, people can't see your body language and tell you're gonna use a pad because they can't see through the middle. As like, if you see brick, you can kind of see people in there, and then you're gonna want to use the pad, and then people are gonna come for you that want to use your pad, and then they're gonna like scuff you up and try to kill you, and they'll muck up your game. So you see us waiting here, and then we pad as late as we can. Yeah, and I'm trying to make sure my teammates don't take a ticker zone, and then we'll pad as front side as we can. And yeah, I'm not going to go any further than this because I was just covering mid game basically and first moving, just to show you how I save mats. Because another thing you'll notice, we land at the end of first moving, and we're still all 120 mats plus, which is like crazy good, because then we can just tarp for the next moving zones, just because mid game was done so well. So yeah, I'm just going to leave out there because I'm just covering mid game this video. And yeah, thank you for watching.